Welcome to Powerfully Broken Podcast, where we break unhealthy relationships that negatively impact our mental health. Today I have with me Kitten, our founder and CEO of Nelijah Winery, based in Akron, Ohio. She has gone from being a mama pimp to mama of making sure everybody has their happy times and no hangovers. And we're just going to talk a little bit about starting your business, growing it, and then getting to that next level.
Powerfully broken but never defeated. Oh yeah. Barbara, bring the light.
What we ready now?
When the storm rolling and your spirit low, heart feel heavy and you moving slow, tears on your face but you hide.
Thank you again for returning and being with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I always love talking to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know you're my sister.
We have a good time. So your life, if y'all didn't watch the other episode, go back, go watch it. She talks about how she kind of grew up in a life of chaos and she has chosen peace. So we are in this point of you are transitioning from you no longer want to be a mama pimp to I need to do something different. You were at McDonald's and you found your husband and y'all been together forever. And in addition to that, you decided to start a winery. What made you decide to go down that?
Well, I love wine.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my friends and my family members always call me bougie because I would never go to the corner store to buy nothing to drink. I'm like, I'm not going to buy that stuff. I needed to go like to the liquor store and get wines and, you know, my alcohol. Only thing I did get from the corner store, from the woo-woo, like shout out to Edgewood, was the Jim Beam and Cola in the can.
Mm-hmm.
Those became my best friends because I love them. But in the meantime, I met my husband. Well, I met him in school at Bookto, and his mom worked at McDonald's with me. So we got together, and I'm buying wine, and I'm just drinking, having a good time, having friends over, and we having a good time. And then one day, my husband's like, do you know you spend like $300 every other week on wine? And I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, yeah, you do. Here's your receipt. And so when he pulled the receipt, I'm like, no, he's not pulling receipts out on me. But then I'm thinking like, but it's my money. You know, I go to work, I make my money. However I spend my money, I spend my money. I don't say nothing when he buys all his DJ stuff. Don't say nothing when I'm entertaining myself. But so I look at the receipt, and it was $300. And I was like, oh my God, $300 every other week? I'm like, no wonder I can't get rich, you know? So I started thinking like, yeah, it got to be a better way for me to get my wine. And so I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and start making it. And so I started going to different wineries, asking how you do this, how you do that. And a lot of them was like, we don't know you. We're not about to tell you how we make wine so you can go home and make wine and take our customers. But, I mean, it's enough people that if I tell you how to make it, we all going to find somebody else to drink. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to drink. It's like all the different flavors of water. I mean, different bottles you got on the shelves of water. Yeah. Wine, you know, it's just how you present yourself. So I went to a place in Cleveland. I don't remember the name of it. And they made a batch of wine for me. And so I'm like, okay, so how do you do it? I said, it seemed like it's pretty simple. And so she started telling me different things. So I trial and error, you know. And I started out with the fruit. It was hard. It was disgusting. The wine was good, but just, you know, I'm like, I don't like to get my hands too messy. You have to squeeze that fruit, and I don't like the way the yeast smells. So I'm like, I'm done with that. So I Googled some other stuff, and I found you can do it with wine or grape juice. So, not wine, you making wine, but grape juice, you know. And so that's what I started doing. So after like trial and error, I'm like, here, come over and try this. And everybody's like, oh yeah, that's good. So once I got a recipe down, I just like tweak it every now and then, and here we have Nelijah Wines. So, and I've been doing it for 4 years, been in business for 3. And the wine is named after my grandsons. So it's Nelijah wine because Nathan, Elijah, and Kamarion. And Eli is the oldest, so he kind of trying to figure out why his name wasn't first. But I couldn't work it in. They put him first, so Elijah wine. Now I have another grandson and another one on the way, so gonna have to figure out where we put them in. But I do make cocktails, so it's C&D cocktails to get Khalil and Dier Jr. in there. So
Okay.
you know,
And you have ports as well.
too.
So it's not just these lovely flavors, which I think we have the mango Mai Tai, the caramel Moscato, the regular Moscato, and blueberry.
Proud Mary, and the pomegranate.
And that's only 6 of the 31 flavors. Now, you retire flavors and you bring them back seasonally.
And-
There's one
yes.
that I'm always like, excuse me,
I know.
it's getting to be about that
black,
time.
The Black Forest.
Yes.
And it's almost half gone already now. So
So you did not,
I mean, I got some put up, but
you really played me like that on camera in front of the people?
this is living in our truths, right? I'm just saying. When I called you, and you was like, "Oh, I still got some more." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, I ain't gonna push it."
You should have.
I gave up that life.
Include that in the conversation that it was the good stuff.
Listen, I gave up pushing drugs. Okay, I ain't gonna push you. If I call you, like, hey,
You supposed to say, "Hey, I got
the
that."
mots. I got the mots. I got the good stuff.
Now you got the other stuff, but I know you ran out of this.
But I do have some. I have enough for you to get. You normally get your 6. I got enough, maybe
6.
I know, but I'm telling you,
Sorry, y'all.
I got toasted caramel too. I don't know if you tried that. It's not the Black Forest, I know, but
I guess I forgive you. I have to take.
you need to come and taste some of the other ports because they're
Y'all
good.
come taste them. They're good.
They're good. Then the seasons. Seasons change. The toasted caramel though is really my favorite.
It is. It is good.
The black,
It ain't
the
the
Black Forest.
It's
You and
not.
my husband love that.
But I'm a cellar cherry girl. So that's my coping strategy, and I get to have it in wine form. So when people be getting on my nerves, I just crack open my little port, pour it in my glass, and I'm just like.
Yeah, plus it's 18%, so that can help too. So hey.
And it helps that Mary don't like chocolate. So she ain't. I got the toasted caramels and Mary over
There
there.
you go. Okay, yeah. Hey, we're here to serve. Like you said, take you to your happy place. I can't provide them happy endings. You got to get that on your own. But I can get you halfway there.
Yes, for sure.
We do have a new flavor. I don't think you tried the King Vine.
I don't think I tried that one
It's
yet.
delicious. King Von is my favorite guy right now because everybody says he looks like my youngest son. And I shouldn't say that because my kids believe my youngest son is my golden child, my favorite. I love them all the same,
Yeah.
Love them all the same.
That's
But
what we tell all our kids.
right. But if they want to know my favorites, it's my grandkids,
Right? I told them that. I was like, my favorite kid is the one I'm talking to or the one that is still little.
There you go. Then you can send them home with your own kids. You got to put up with them headaches, and you can't kill them. You can choke them a little bit, but you can't kill them. But hey, but King Von is my favorite guy right now because me being in the hood, in the streets, I can relate to his music.
Yeah.
And my grandkids, my granddaughter, she's 14, had nurse to tell me I don't need to listen to King Von. She told me I need to be listening to Marvin Sapp. I never would have made it.
Lord.
I'm like, Lord, if they only knew the life I live. That's why King Von is so relatable to me because I can understand his stories. Because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But the wine is delicious. Come get some.
This segment of the Powerfully Broken podcast is brought to you by A Powerful Divorce, the book by Barbara L. Parker. It's not just about endings. It's about rediscovering who you are, reclaiming your peace, and rising stronger than ever. Because you're not just surviving, you're becoming. And that's powerful. Follow at Queen BL Parker or at BF Empowerment. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe to Powerfully Broken Podcast. Now back to our program.
And you have a THC line
do.
of products as well.
I do.
So, yeah. So part of how you tweak your recipe has to do with their health. So your wine is a lot different than some of the other ones. And one of the things that has the health benefit also ended up making it where there's not a hangover. So tell me a little bit about your struggles with your health and how balancing all that, because sometimes when your health is, you don't have the strength to do stuff.
Right.
And you got to try and figure it out or take care of yourself. So
Yeah. And see, I have lupus, so my wines, when I make it, I don't put as much preservatives and sulfites in there, so it doesn't agitate my lupus, because a lot of people won't drink wine because of all the, additives in there, because it might cause headaches, hangovers, upset stomachs, heartburn. My wines does not do that because, like I said, I have lupus. And with me having lupus, I might have a flare-up where I can't, mix my stuff together, move my heavy buckets or whatever. So I've taught my grandchildren and my family members how to do it. My 14-year-old, if she comes here right now, you can give her a jug of juice, and she can make wine, without looking at a note. She knows. Even when I'm sick, she'll call me like, hey, Granny, it's day 14, time to move the wine. Now, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. 9 times by time she calls me, I've already done it. So I had to learn to leave some stuff to the side so she can come in and do it. And then the boys, the oldest grandson is 10. So, I let them come in and do their little stirring and draining and all that. And that yeast, it takes a lot to get used to that smell. But they're like, oh, Granny, it's stinking here, It's like eggs or something. Like, yeah, that's the yeast. But then when I say, okay, y'all ready to make it? They're like, what stage is it in? Is we gonna smell the yeast? I'm like, yeah, you're gonna smell the yeast. That's a part of it. But they get right in there, wash them hands, put their little sleeves up, little hair nets, and they're stirring away, looking like, little Oompa Loompas from the Willy Wonka factory. But they be ready, They'll call me and say, hey, Granny, you got any wine to make? I'm like, not yet, not today. But, they're ready to go. Like, when I'm gone, I want them to be able to have that and, take different flavors. And all my wines, like most of them have been named after people. And like my balloons, I do that every year. But one day my name might be on the label, and I want them to be able to say, well, my grandma taught us this, and this is her wine, and, it becomes a top seller. So, I had to do something to leave for them when I'm gone, other than just memories, something positive.
So by you choosing peace over chaos and creating this line, you are now teaching your grandkids about legacy.
Right.
You teaching them the process. By the time they get old enough to be part of this corporation, because I know it's going to grow.
Right.
Because you got people coming from out of state to get cases and cases of wine. So I already know that we at the beginning stages.
Right.
But when we look at this thing in 20 years, they'll understand the process and how to navigate the business.
Right.
Now, it has not always been smooth sailing. When I met you, it was just on a random humbug. Hey, come taste my wine. And we park a lot pimping. I'm like, oh, well, let me taste this one too. Well, okay. And we just, in the back of, I think we were at a networking event and you were late. Yeah. You end up not even participating in the networking event.
Well, because I wasn't invited. I was here for my sister.
Oh, yeah.
I was here for my sister.
And then she came to the car.
She thought I was getting jumped. She really did. She thought I was getting jumped because I was surrounded.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, girl, them days is over. I ain't never getting jumped again,
Yeah, she was sitting in there drinking with us. And
right.
The next day, y'all came to the house. We had a wine party because it was, I think I was in my house for maybe, I was just trying to think of an event. And I was like, I don't know why I'm going to have everybody over. And your wine gave me a reason to have everybody over.
That's what you said too. Me and my sister, we laughed about that. And she, like my kids, my husband, they say, everywhere you go, you meet people. And like when I said about this podcast, I'm like, well, I'm not a public speaker. I don't like talking to people, but everywhere I go, I meet people. And you were so funny. We laughed because she was like, girl, she don't even know you inviting you to her house. I'm like, man, she got a good spirit. We gonna be okay. We good. We good. Yeah. Who knew we was gonna be at your house all night, drinking, having a good time, and the food was amazing too, man.
But you taught me about how to pair wine and cheese and all. I had never even heard of mustard cheese. And I was like, oh,
it's
this
good,
Lord's.
isn't it? And that Gouda, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was, so yeah, I was doing real nice. Real
Yes.
nice.
And with the chocolate.
Right? It was because, you know, with ports, you have to have a sweeter.
Ports are actually
A dessert wine. Yeah.
So is Moscato. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that too. You know, with black people, we just, oh, it's a bottle.
Right.
I'm drinking it. Oh, I'm supposed to drink this with a vegetable? Or I'm supposed to drink this with a sweet? Oh, I'm supposed
Right.
to have a brownie? Oh, no, just give me a cup. I'm good, you know.
Right. They were like, oh, I'm going to drink Taylor with everything.
Man,
And, but,
Taylor Port, let me just... But I get so offended when people be like, oh, you make Taylor Port? No, I do not. Taylor Port is not actually like a drinking wine. It's a cooking wine.
yeah.
And people drink it and get sick and be like, oh, my God, what happened? Because you're not supposed to drink it like that. And if you drink it, again, I'm talking about my own folks now. So I don't want the black people coming at me like, oh, I'm talking about my own folks, my family, me. You're supposed to drink it in shots. All ports are in shots.
Right.
It's 18% alcohol. You're supposed to have a shot. Wine, you're supposed to have a 5-ounce glass. You know, us, we go, get the big gulps from Circle K, get those big super gulps and all them biggest glass you got in the house and drink a whole bottle of wine at one time. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but the way I make my wine, it's safe to do it. You're not going to pass out. You're not going to have a hangover the next day. But you're supposed to drink wine and anything in moderation.
Right.
But ports are supposed to be little shots. You know, but when you try to tell people, girl, give me, I need more of that.
Because it's good. It's like drinking candy sometimes. So, yes.
But, you know, anything that's good has to be done in moderation because it's not good for you all the time.
Yeah. So, in you being who you are, having this wonderful, loving spirit, and taking care of other people, and just, you know, there's been days where I just pop up because you didn't call me and say, you all right? You ain't got your case this week. Because I think when we met, I was in this period. I can't say I think I was. I know I was in this period of where I was struggling with some things. And so your wine became that bright spot. But when I started getting them calls consistently, it was like a red flag that we might have a small problem.
Yes.
Because I think I was drinking like a case a week or every 2 weeks. I don't remember.
I know you was buying a lot, but I didn't know you was drinking it like that.
Well, my kids probably was stealing some of it too. I realized that after a while. I was like, I know I hid this case over here.
Right.
And it's now empty. So I probably had more help, but either way.
Yeah, but like I said, before I started making my own, I was buying $300 worth of wine, drinking it, you know, so you can do it like that. Especially when you don't get sick afterwards. It makes
right. It don't have none of the consequences, unfortunately, to remind you
you start looking at your receipt.
That part. So how do they find your wine? How do they find you, get in contact with you?
So my phone number is 330-459-9090, 9090, class of 90. That's when I graduated. And I do have a website called thatwine.me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I picked that because when you think about, remember that wine we had? That wine? Yeah, that wine was delicious. So thatwine.me. So when you get the wine, you think about the wine and you think about me.
Okay.
So make it simple.
All right. So, again, this wine is amazing. It's 31 flavors. Get your favorite flavor because it's about to go out of stock. Because somebody is buying a case of that same wine, you done bought one bottle.
Right.
So you better buy all the bottles you can of that wine.
There you go.
Because she may stop making it.
And before we go about the wine, because I do have granddaughters, and they seem to be feeling like left out. The friends be like, what about the granddaughters? I make my own hair grease because, you know, I was on chemo. My hair fell out. So now my hair is growing, it's healthy. I make my own grease. And it's named after my granddaughter's Queen Ayani's crown. So I got all my granddaughters in there, just like I did with my grandson. So
Yeah.
I do have hair grease too.
Yeah. So you just got multiple businesses. Y'all got to catch
That's,
before
you have to do that to stack that dough, you know.
When you over there looking like Scrooge McDuck.
There you go. Counting it, swimming.
All right. You guys, thank you for your time and see you on our next episode.
This episode is proudly sponsored by BF Empowerment Center, where healing isn't just possible, it's powerful. BF Empowerment Center helps individuals break barriers, build healthier relationships, and unlock their true potential for lasting transformation. Follow at Queen BL Parker or at BF Empowerment. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Powerfully Broken Podcast. Airing every Friday at 9 a.m., Powerfully Broken empowers you to overcome unhealthy relationships that negatively impact your mental health.
Powerfully broken but never defeated.